Commence primary ignition. You may fire when ready.
I've got decent gear, I can handle any battle. Hello world, I'm Connor Bread from Beyond here, where there are no secret TNT cannons. But this new one is a fair amount bigger and has the improved range to show for it. I did have to design a few extra systems for it. So it's pretty cool. It is fully buryable, or it can all be buried except for these trapdoors and then like fence gates on top, because this is where the TNT pops out. This part is sticking up, but that's because I actually built it one too high. And I'm too lazy to take it down and rebuild it one block lower, so yeah. Learning to count is pretty useful. I disturbingly lack this ability. If we head in here, you can see this is roughly the same thing, it just has more lights. So the way this works is similar to the old battle cannon, you have these 3 tubes. 2 of these are the charge that actually shoots the TNT, and then this one in the front is the TNT that gets shot and blows up the enemy. But you want to aim this, because that's the point. This is an aimable cannon. You can shoot to the left, to the right, super far away, super close, whatever you want. And so how this one works is because you have this array. This is your control, basically. If you trigger this trapdoor, it triggers this observer, which triggers this trapdoor, which changes the shape of this wall going all the way down. And so every single one of these observers, which are facing into this TNT tube, get activated. And so that's how you fire at full power. But maybe you don't want full power. Maybe you only want half. Well, then instead of triggering this trapdoor over here, you go over here and trigger this one. And so this signal goes down, down, down until it reaches here, where it's an observer line. Triggers this trapdoor instead, which changes all the walls, and so all the ones below this point get activated, which is, again, about half, if I can count. All these above it will not. And you can do the same thing on the other side, of course. So if you want to shoot farther away, you want to trigger more of them, so you have more charge, more oomph. And if you want to shoot closer, you just do lower amounts. If you want to shoot to the left, you can either, or to the left, you can either increase the side on the right or decrease the side, depending, or a little bit of both, just depending on how far you want to shoot. And if you want to shoot to the right, it's the same, but vice versa. Now, to trigger these trapdoors, you don't have to walk in here, because that'd be weird and awkward. So instead, I have this circuit. Right over here is the best place to see it. This part specifically is from a old Xisumavoid video from like 8 years ago, 2015. Which, yeah, does not feel like 8 years ago, but anyway. And so what this does, it lets only one of these redstone torches be on. All the ones on this side are being powered by this comparator, which is also subtracting from here. And so the stronger this one gets, it subtracts more from this, which weakens this, which prevents us from moving, which decreases the power so it doesn't power these torches. So if we decrease the power, you'll notice the torch is here. This only goes a little bit forward and then only subtracts this a bit. So this can go all the way around. So all of these are being powered by this comparator, whereas only this one's being powered by this one. Versus, if we head over here, instead, this comparator is super strong and powering all but this one, and that comparator is now much weaker and can't get to here. And so with only one torch powered, you have one target block up here. And then I just have a line here that tries to power all these target blocks, but they're all down, and so it can't reach them, except for this one that's conveniently up. So it can power this trapdoor, which I guess you can figure that part out. And so you can move this lectern to whatever you want, to however much power you want, closer to the center is more power, and then farther away is less. And then you can independently do the other side as well. Figure out how far you want to shoot with either one, and then when you're ready to fire, you just trigger this note block, which activates the redstone lines. And then also activates the charge, which is just on a delay. You can't really control what it hits. I do have it so it actually loops once really quickly, so that you actually get 2 shots. And so one will explode, and then the second gets actually thrown by the first explosion, similar to how we're throwing the first all the TNT, the explosion up here, which is kind of cool. It's like a scatter shot almost. Can I get back in here? Yes. And so with just 2 lecterns and a note block, you can control wherever you want your TNT to fire. And boys, it got range. This is the smallest range. And my look at this crater. This is a single shot. Made this. And then if you want to see how far this goes. For that opening cinematic, you saw a house get exploded. There was that one actually, but then also this. This was the house you watched got explode. You can't even see the TNT cannon. It's so far away. I had to have 2 players. One here to do it, but then the other, my camera, had to be super far away so that it could render the other one, because I only have 2 characters. Like my other character was like here, and then my FOV was just super low. So I like just went, this is how I'm recording now. Like, so that I could render the cannon over here. That's how crazy long the range is. And you can shoot either from there or to, can I get my, oh, I'm still in spectator. Nah. So you can shoot from there to there or anything in between. And you can go to the sides as well. Like, I shot here. Like, that comes from that cannon. That's how good this thing is. Like, I'm impressed. Like, you know, for someone who can't count, I made a pretty darn good TNT cannon, eh? Eh? So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. And I hope you enjoy it. Maybe get to use it. If you're interested in a full build tutorial, put in a comment. I can probably do that if there's interest. It's actually also a better view over here of just the components by going over here. This was me. This was just me figuring out how to build this. There were some slight issues because it was from an older version, but just by adding a second comparator, I was able to fix it. You can also use a thing instead of a lectern. I'd actually been experimenting with a lectern. I wanted to see if I could do more than just 8 settings to give you even more fine-tuned controls. I couldn't quite figure it out. Still might be a way to, probably, but I couldn't figure it out. Again, can't even count, so. And then this was me just figuring out the... Oh wait, no, this was me fully setting it up. This was where I figured out to use the lectern. Why are these all zeros? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that's right. The way this works, if you go past page 9, it just zeroes out. I think because it's like set to be here. And so none of the torches are active. But that's fine though. And then yeah, it all works. There were only a few accidents. I totally didn't clean up a bunch of other ones. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this. It was fun to make, interesting challenge. And I do plan to continue expanding on it. One thing I plan to do is currently these are all dispensers, so this is kind of expensive to shoot. It's like the meme, like this gun costs $6,000 to fire for 12 seconds, or I don't remember the numbers, but yeah, it's something like that. So I do want to learn how to make TNT dupers, like so they can make a custom one to fit into the machine. But that's about all I have for today. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe channel, ring notification bell. I put a lot of effort into both the machine and then that beginning cinematic. So it would mean a lot to me. But that is all. Bye.